to last night, just about how Karis and Donovan have learned to play off of one another in the backcourt.
Just the ability and understanding of how to share the game. A lot of times when one guy has it going, he becomes, the dominant focus of whatever's happening. I thought those two guys did a really good job of playing together. We put them in actions together where defenses had to make some tough choices. And then whoever had, the advantage got the ball and was able to take advantage. So it wasn't like everybody was just staring and watching those guys. It was still us, executing and then taking advantage of the decisions the defense made.
How has Dean helped the spacing with everybody with that group too?
I was people follow him, and he carries his own sense of gravity, where people are worried and concerned about his shot and his shooting. The guys do a great job of finding him when he's open. So now the defenses are aware that he will get the ball and will take shots, so they do keep eyes on him. But it opens up the floor for other guys.
Is there any update on Darius? Did he practice today?
He practiced today. We didn't do anything live or contact yet. He appears to be better, but we'll see.
What's the biggest difference with Karis this year?
He is in extreme condition, for one. The past 2.5 months since he's been back, every single rep he's done has been at full speed. Last year with the injuries and the trades, it's hard to stay in great shape that way. But he's been dedicated the entire summer to making sure that he's in great shape. We talk about the 41 he had last night, but he was all over the place defensively too. He made huge offensive rebounds that he hustled to go and get, and then ran to the corner and makes a three, put us up one. So to be able to make that hustle play and then have the legs underneath you to go ahead and make that shot, the fitness piece to me it's been next level.
Do you think that a win like last night, especially being on the road, is something that kind of furthers the bond between those guys?
Yeah, winning in a place like the Garden, when you're, playing against a crowd, playing against a really good basketball team, it tightens the grips, so to speak, because you're in an environment where it's you against the world kind of feeling. And so it does bring people together, and this guy's got to have my back. I've got to have his back in order to go get it done.
And I know so much of the spotlight's going to be on Karis scoring 41 points last night. He had 7 assists. He's been a strong playmaker all season in terms of setting other guys up. What stood out to you about that as far as his game?
He's not, he's not being a selfish, ball-dominant, scorer. And even in the fact that he had 40, to get the 7 assists, he was just making the right play. Sometimes the play was to shoot it. But when they brought bodies to him or his teammates were open, he made the right play and found the assist. So, he played a complete floor game last night and just happened to have 41 points to go with it.
I know one more thing about the win in Boston. Do you feel like that sort of reinforces what these guys think they're capable of going forward?
Tomorrow tells that story to me, right? How we go out and play tomorrow speaks about what happened last night. We go out and play Cleveland Cavaliers basketball, that's the test of who we are, is if we can go out and do it every single night and not feel like we're rising to certain occasions, but we're playing to our standard. So tomorrow will tell that story.
So what's required to avoid that kind of emotional letdown then?
Our standard and the expectation that that's who we are every day. And it's not this roller coaster ride depending on our opponent. We have to hold ourselves to something every day.
That sort of fits in with your halftime rant overnight, though, too.
Rant, yeah.
Well, I don't know.
No, I know. It's no matter who our opponent is, and I felt last year we had too many dips, and we didn't meet our expectations on certain nights. And, I want to see the growth in our group, that win or lose, because you're not going to win them all, but, and you're going to have some nights where you stink because it's 82 games and it's the NBA. But the majority of nights, can you play to your standard? You do that, the talent we have an opportunity to be a good team.
With Karras' like and the vocal personalities and the roles he's in, does that change even more so with 2 versus 15 in that lineup versus the ones of the
Well, I mean, without Darius, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, just understanding the scoring load and the burden that's now been created, but not only the scoring, but the playmaking as well. So there is more of an aggressiveness to that position with Darius being out because it's what the team needs.
One more thing about Karras. He's had a 50-point night and before he got all these injuries. So you almost see that guy now again, like that you remember from your days back in the
Yeah, I mean, he's like, you know, we know what Karras is capable of. And we've seen him do it, you know, at a high level before, you know, in critical games. So, like, the fair thing to do is allow him to get comfortable and then judge him based on that. Like, last year for him was a mess. And it's unfair to judge him as he was trying to go through all that, right? He had a great summer. You know, we're obviously hopeful that he gets all these games and preseason training camp and all that stuff, and then we'll judge him on that, and I think everybody will see what type of player he really is.
JB, is Dylan close to playing?
He's back doing the drills. Again, I'll have to get an opportunity to get him some contact, and we have not done that yet, but he's back doing all the live non-contact drills.
For Karras, how important is it for him to see that he's capable of doing that again?
I think, you know, I mean, like, just in watching his shots and, you know, the struggle for the shot to go in, I think it was big for him to see that he can do both, you know, so that question doesn't linger in your mind that, you know, I'm putting all this effort defensively, but I'm not seeing the results offensively, even though I'm getting to my spot. So, you know, just the reinforcement that he is capable of doing both at a high level, I think is huge.
Did that light bulb maybe go off last night?
We hope so. We hope it stays. Yeah.